I was absolutely wrong about XDefiant. Now, make no mistake, I knew this game was solid. I knew it was going to be a good time. My soul kept telling me this as I was watching from the sidelines. I finally started dabbling into XDefiant, and I couldn't be happier with this. It is a massive breath of fresh air. And the reason being because it is a simple output in terms of getting to the point, being a classic arcade FPS game, and just not really culturally driven anymore in terms of, I guess, politically driven, I would say. Culturally driven, yes, in terms of just OG type gaming. I was going to wait for, because I haven't got my FPS fixed in a long time. I really create content for multitudes of games, but I don't do as much FPS anymore. So it was cool to really step into this FPS game, which was XDefiant, which everybody's been talking about. And I was like, well, screw it, man. There's not really any major loss in here. It's a free game, and hell, it's less than 30 gigs for me to put on my Xbox. So I was like, okay, let's dive in. We had to get the settings really set. The UI, when I first jumped in, I was like, wow, this is incredible. It's a simple, straight to the point. Again, I don't know what it was, and of course, it's always going to be compared to Call of Duty, or at least when it comes to just, I don't know, the multiplayer. I never really liked arena shooters this year just because I feel that maybe I probably had COD brain rot. But as I continuously played XDefiant, I noticed it really does take essence and skill. And I was so happy that I was passing that test, right? There's a lot of videos going around that are like, if you're complaining about this, you're used to heavy aim assist, you're used to your skill-based matchmaking. So I was kind of worried, like, shit, man, I'm probably going to suck ass at this game. Fortunately, I was pretty solid still. I was okay. The aim needs to get a little bit more, like, we need to get it better. We're only using the stock gun that they give us. I haven't really made my own custom loadout or anything. This is a fun game. I caught myself being a little bit more passionate than usual, not raging or not sweating, but just kind of into the game. And like, I would see 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by, and I was like, oh shit, like a couple of matches. And there's actually a couple of games where I dropped 40 bombs. I was like, whoa, I got 40 kills in this game. And I had great KD plus ratios in most of my games. I had a few games where I had a couple of blenders while I was like getting my ass kicked. And I guess that's the beauty of all the shuffling around, right? XDefiant is really, really fun. I underestimated the shit out of it. Again, I was doing a lot of research on this game. When I lay in bed and stuff, I watch YouTube and I'm always checking out, okay, like what can I play? What can I play? What can I have on rotation? Where I could just play for me. And I was like, damn, wholeheartedly, I really enjoyed this game. I thought it would be a little bit harder for me to pick up for like this quote unquote hero aspect. I love what Ubisoft has done with like the factions with all of their IPs and games that just causes for even more creativity and lore. Maybe if they make their own mini cutscenes or types of stuff like that, they already have all these games that have like, they have their own mini multiverses in their own IP and their own IP variations, you know? So I think that's badass. They could just have all these games create their own multiverses of an Ubisoft world. So a lot of branding, a lot of fun stuff for them to do when it comes to this game, from creativity, customization, just maps. I know maps are definitely going to be a #1 thing they're doing for that. I felt it was the biggest breath of fresh air because Call of Duty did become, I guess as I got older, I felt Call of Duty definitely, one, is an extremely young man's game nowadays. But also, as I got older, I felt like the crackhead movement, I couldn't keep up with anymore. I still had pretty solid movement, but I was never like insane with the movement. And I feel that it's going to adhere much more to younger people, I think, in the next future generations. And that's a cool thing. I'm not mad at it. I'm glad that there's more FPS games. I, for one, and can't wait for Battlefield because I don't want a mil sim, but I definitely like the full military output in an arcade stance, along with some like skill sets and elements, right? Like how Battlefield has always done it, especially what 2042 was trying to do before it was a complete crazy flop. XDefiant does great though. It's a great game. I use it as an excuse right now. I thought I was going to make it more as a filler game, but I was like, damn, I actually enjoy myself. I don't think this could be on primary rotation for me no matter what. I was having a great time. And there are a couple of some things, right? There is like some things that do need help, some inconsistent registrations at times, some spawn traps and spawn flips really. But I feel that as I stepped away from Call of Duty for a long time now, since like Modern Warfare 2, the new one, the 2022 one, I was like, shit, man, like I just don't want to be playing Call of Duty that much anymore. I think it peaked for me during COVID time, and I was like, shit, I don't want to really enter these arena shooters anymore. But I really needed an FPS fix and PvP though. I didn't want to be doing PvE stuff right now. Get some competitive juices flowing, because our competitive juices flow during fighting games and shit. And we have a massive other channel for that stuff too. This is really, really a good game, man. I'm just trying to make the most honest conversation about this game. And this game is really, really good. Once you dial in the settings, once you dial in everything that you feel, once you get the feel for it, again, there is not strong aim assist in this. And it's also not SBMM. So you're going to get some demons in your lobbies, and you're going to get some kind of just chill people that are just like, you know, a little bit worse than you, or you're going to get people on your level. It's so cool. Just get in. I don't know what Call of Duty in recent times, I feel like there's always like something like a, not like a strain, but like something that is, I guess it's the overwhelming like UI and all the movement and all like everything that goes there, all the noise that surrounds Call of Duty, especially since it's completely mainstream, rightfully so. I mean, of course, it was just cool to really play this game and just be quiet. Like, it keeps my mind a lot more quiet, which is weird because there's a lot of shit going on in this game also. But it's simple, it's straightforward, it doesn't do anything above and beyond. And sometimes that's what people like, and that's what I kind of want to really back my statement on why I actually enjoy this game. As I got older, I just don't care about all this all in your face stuff, especially in a media era that we're in today, where every edit is thrown in our face, everything's going crazy. It's just cool to play a game. It just like, it's chilling. Like lower gigs, like it doesn't take up my hard drive. It's free. It's like you don't need to buy anything, no pay to play. Like the skins already look cool, the default ones. The hit registration, of course, is like inconsistent, like what I said, but it still feels good when you're getting elims. You can go on a massive run, and then sometimes you're gonna get your ass whooped. This game is rightfully so. It deserves all the hype, and it's cool to know that, to test your own skills also, because when you play these games, again, these are like the OG types, so you had to have some aim or some critical thinking and reaction times. I noticed as I kept playing, my reaction times got a lot faster. My fingers were starting to warm up a little bit. I was starting to get like, I wasn't on some insane movement, but I was definitely getting fluid, and I was working the maps. Once you start to get to know the maps a little bit more, I haven't even seen all the maps, I think, yet. XDefiant is a must play, man. There's nothing to lose. It's free. It feels weird, but if you, I think if you go back to back with Call of Duty 2 XDefiant, it might feel too weird. But since me, I haven't played Call of Duty in months, that like, I'm like, oh yeah, this feels dope. At first it felt a little like, right when I jumped on XDefiant, I was like, damn, it feels a little clunky. Dialed up the settings a little bit, got my speed a little bit, got on the auto sprint going, doing some fun stuff with it, making my own like slide cancel type variation. Not really as insane as Call of Duty, but in XDefiant, they have their own version of it, and it's just enough. It's not too crazy, and I like it. I think as I got older, I like more chill games that are just gaming. This reminds you of just to have fun and game. If you're somebody that doesn't need over the top type things, doesn't need anything crazy, just wants to have fun and do the simplicity of like what you used to do back in the day, you'll just jump on your console, jump on your PC, and just get right into a game and just go at it with no freaking political noise all day, with constant updates from the devs and all that. Like, this XDefiant is for you. I definitely gonna keep this on my rotation because it doesn't even take up memory. Call of Duty was like straight up, just Call of Duty itself would take up my whole Xbox. At least my other Xbox that's in my other room. So yeah, I'm having a great time, man. I really wish that more games would focus more like this. I guess that's why that's kind of my movement going forward in gaming. I really want to support as much, you know, games that are like this, that are kind of just, I mean, of course, we're going to have the Black Ops 6 hype coming around, so this might get not swept under the rug, but a lot of the hype's going to overshadow it. I want to still keep this game rotation. I still want to be like checking out AA games and stuff like that, but XDefiant is so fun, man. I'm kind of speechless right now how much fun I was actually having. Like, I was playing for a while, and I was like, damn, this game's actually fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a breath of fresh air. It's cool. It's simplistic. It's not easy, but it's simplistic, and that's exactly what I want in a game. It's competitive enough, but not overly sweaty, not SBMM sweaty, not all this crazy shit. Y'all let me know what's up. If you haven't played XDefiant yet, man, please get it. It won't waste your time. Get the settings dialed in. Get your movement rolling. Practice the aiming in there. Go to the practice. They have their practice, their own little shooting range and everything. They have a full where you can try everything. And trust me, it is so fun once you get dialed in and you understand some stuff. Start playing with some verticality. That's not too much verticality in the game, but once you start playing with whatever they do offer, man, you can really get rolling. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.